Lady. Hello.
Hey,
So our last session was an extra couple of weeks back. The real world getting in the way again. So quick little recap. Last time out, the party chose to head back to the uh, tomb, um, endeavoring to get back and figure out a few things that they felt they had left behind or needed to know, or potentially contact the Golden Circle. Um, and in that attempt, they chose to use their previous route, sneaking up the rock wall, climbing up, in an attempt to avoid the main entrance and all of the folks that are normally posted there guarding things. Sneaking didn't work out so well. Found that there were a bunch of folks already set up over there on the side. Um, then bluffing was an attempt,
it did not
trying
go
to
well.
trying to trying to fake it, and the guards were having none of that either. One of my favorite lines from film: "Smart guard, who knew?"
Good drinker, that one.
um,
That one's not getting raised. Well,
so
healed.
once the sneaking and the bluffing didn't work, and the guards took exception, there was a fight, and it wasn't much of a fight because they were just guards. So a whole bunch of stuff going on, except the group was really making an effort to live up to their name. That is,
The
everything
un-
that they tried to do went wrong. So the unlucky bunch was really rolling it out. And we stopped at the point just when everyone was rushing into the tunnel. Now,
uh,
the previous time you had come in, when you were moving through the tunnel, you do recall that this was a tunnel that led down into a little grotto, and there was a pool that you had to then swim through a tunnel, so underwater, to get up into the other side where you're trying to go.
mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So you have moved into the grotto, and everybody, as you're moving inside through the darkness, you do reach the pool, and that is the part where I'm going to hand it back to you. How are you going to do this time?
Now we're on the owlbear.
There we
Um,
are.
so the owl
Sorry,
bear
I
is
was
up.
just getting my screen up.
But you're there's wow, the words are going to work tonight. I can feel it.
Words are hard. Barbie said so.
No, that was math. It's very different.
I do words good is the one you're thinking of.
No.
Verbs. So we never actually had any map of the little grotto, the little pool,
Mm-hmm.
or at least not one that I recall.
So we're standing outside and would have to go through the water to get there. So
Mhm.
what I'm going to suggest, thank you, Eric, is that Thea go first because she has the ability that if they've boarded that up or blocked it up, she can come back and tell us that without dying.
And she doesn't have to
Can't.
worry about swimming.
Right. She can walk.
Okay,
Meanwhile, we're
go ahead.
guarding the entrance we just came through.
I don't like this.
Well,
So,
you are
Excellent.
the one who wanted. You and Thea are the ones who wanted to come in here.
Yeah, no, I acknowledge that, but I mean, I don't like the situation that we're currently in.
I have done well.
Someone thought getting permission was not going to work.
Yeah, well, that wasn't going to work either.
let's see. Thea's gonna take out her dice that I just got from whatever his name was and is gonna roll them.
Don't you mean the
And
lucky coin?
yeah.
Because you got the dice you got from him were your original dice, originally
Yeah, so
yours,
she
and then he
took out the
gave
Yeah.
you
dice.
a lucky coin.
Oh
No,
yeah.
that's a
Oh
holy
yeah.
symbol.
Oh yeah. I should use that.
But if
That's
you
much
want to
better than
use you could say this face to do this face to do this, and flip the coin to see what it tells you. If
So
you want.
the coin's weighted. The coin has other pieces to it. It's actually a medallion, it's not strictly a coin.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
It's an excellent
Uh,
coin
He
if you want to
was
cheat.
wait, but what's his
uh,
name? He was flipping the coin to make a decision.
He was
You know
flipping
what?
his own coin.
yeah, I
Okay.
didn't get his coin.
Ah, I thought it was the same thing. So,
Mhm.
No, I just got my pair of dice back
oh,
that
then
I
yeah.
was actually coming here for. All right, we'll go with the Audrey's plan.
You want to go with Azathan?
Oh no, I'm not going in the water right now.
Okay.
Thea's going in the water just to make
Oh,
sure
hey,
they
you brought me a
don't have
coin.
any other unpleasant surprises planned for us in the water.
And that we don't have to freak out with that whole breathing thing.
Yes.
I can hold my breath for 12 hours, and I can give someone something that just lets them straight up breathe.
Well, great. Go ahead. You want to join her? That's fine.
If you want to
I
go
think
in the
this is a
water,
terrible idea.
Well, then, by all means, do nothing.
you can either be useful or reminded to be useless and be left in the company of people who actively want to kill us. I will leave that decision to you. Thea, if you would.
Yeah, Thea's going to use my is it above like head level? Do I need to like use my water
You
breathing
are
power?
you're going on this is an underwater tunnel.
Swim through
Oh,
the
oh,
underwater tunnel.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only you
now
can't swim.
sorry. Now I'm totally tracking. Okay, cool. I sink well.
I mean, yes, we've confirmed this several times.
I will use my I forget what the specific thing is called. Sorry. Hold on. Notes work well. The thing that allows me to jump, knock, and do the underwater breathing. The token from the fire. Morgan Star guy from the Spire.
Morgan's Lame Drake.
God damn it. Yes.
You're coming
Translate
up.
here.
We're coming up with all sorts of good names for you.
Do you remember we said words? It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't remember the thing he gave you.
It was hold on.
I think it's an amulet of water breathing that you have.
But it was an amulet, but it had three powers from it. One was knock twice a day. The one was using the fire, or not the fire, the water breathing, and then the other one was the jump. I can do a double jump
Mm.
And
Okay.
this is why it's important that we track our magic items.
because,
I have a
and
whole
he gave
document right
that
here.
specifically to me because he said I get myself in peculiar situations.
You really do.
Understatement of the fucking century.
So that piece right there, I'm going to utilize.
Okay,
And
the water
then
breathing part. Got it.
yes, and then I'm going to walk the tunnel this way.
Nope. Leave your person right where they're at.
Okay.
The tunnel leads to where you are on the map right now. We're
Well,
off screen.
It comes up.
Okay, my brain was not translating that. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Clearly, I was not fully following this whole
You
thing.
go under.
Mhm.
You walk along the bottom. You squeeze through the tunnel. As you get to the other side, you remember you come up, and essentially there's a fountain that you come out of the fountain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm right tracking now. Okay.
Yeah.
So gonna go trek my way around.
So I see you making the motion over there. How are you going to? Are you popping it all the way up out of the water, grabbing the edge, pulling yourself out, doing this?
We're gonna be sneaky at all attempts.
Okay.
Oh, just like eyes up, head up.
Just like eyes and just like in the shadows. If I see like there's a darker side and I can hide to the shadows, I will try to hide to the shadows.
Okay. You're in the water, so you're in the fountain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh wait, so wait, that's shallow, isn't it?
Well,
Aside from the
So is
part
this
you're
like
popping up in,
spider crawling in now? I feel like because if I'm in the fountain, that's not very deep.
you're basically you have to cling to the edge and you have to use the footholds to climb up out. There's little rocky pieces that you can use. So you can cling to the edge and climb up out.
You're still wearing the spider slippers, aren't you?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, well you can like blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
You can
You
get
just
up the side
walk up.
because they're magic. They're the ability to climb is not
Yeah,
limited by the fact that they're moist.
yeah. That does mean you're not grounded.
Yeah, no, I
True.
made that choice that I'm not wearing my
Yeah,
grounding
because
shoes.
I try and go through the previous episode before games, so.
Yeah, no, I did remember I'm not grounded because of the spider shoes.
So if you're trying to be sneaky, give me a vaguely trying to be sneaky roll on your 20-sider.
Stealth.
Oh, stealth. Thank you. Do 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 do. We got oh shit, 18 plus 14.
32.
32.
Okay. Without even so much as a ripple, your eyes come up and you
Like
start to look
Jaws.
around. Give me a perception.
I got a 27.
You notice a number of things. First, you notice that it's light. It's lit up in here. So there's flickering torches, there's enough light to see by. Two, the greenery has expanded. There are still big flowers and the dragon fountainhead is still flowing, but there seems to be a much more recovered garden here.
Oh.
Third thing that you notice, there's a guard on either side of the fountain
oh,
waiting, but they
Did
have
they
not
notice
seen you.
me?
They have not seen you. That was the stealth roll.
Do the guards look like they're levels we've already seen, the low levels, or do they look like they have a little bit more oomph to
They're,
Grit.
them?
they all have the golden circle patch. They all are armed and armored. Beyond that, you can't really tell.
Okay.
The two
I'm
right
going,
here, the two right here are definitely beefy.
okay. I'm going to just as stealthily sink my way back to the group.
Okay. You report back.
Uh, oh, y'all, my notes are today are not there. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
you're
This
good.
is not a good show of my brain power right now.
It's okay.
You've got
Believe me.
nothing to worry about.
Oh my God, I thought I could do it tonight. And my brain, I'm sorry.
It's leaking out your ear. Ugh.
You're
Um,
good. Don't worry.
Click, clack, go the
uh,
shiny math rocks.
hey, there's really big guards there. There's two of them. They did not notice me.
Well, that's good.
Golden Circle, obviously.
Well,
And
it occurs to me these probably aren't actual members, considering the guard forces we saw that were basically getting issued.
It occurs to you, like just now.
No, it's more the fact that that's probably why your ploy didn't work.
mm, uh,
So I look back to where Dundon was and think about how he and I would go up and guys, Dundon's not here.
Oh, fuck.
I think this just became the Thea and Yaru show. If there's only two of them, we basically both pop up, one on each side, do away with them as quick as possible, see if there's any response from the rest of the room, and if there is, we go right back under because we don't have time to waste here.
No, but hold on. Before we go any further, because we have not yet passed the point of no return yet. They've had a chance to occupy and fortify this entire place, and it was a bastard to get in here the last time.
Yes.
I was hoping that they would have mostly left this area somewhat untouched, given it was a bit of a hazard. But if they're already just over there waiting for us, which
It's much better tended over there. It's not a misused area or unused area.
fuck, okay,
Yeah, that is a thing that you notice. The garden is significantly more cleaned up and fruitful than it was the last time you were there.
Yadu,
Yep.
hold on, player blanked on words. I'm not the only one thinking that they knew they had set up those guards in ambush. They were not standard. They were not just standing guards.
Some people did run in during our encounter outside.
Right. Those aren't the ones I'm worried about. I was thinking about the ones that popped out of the greenery right next to the entry here.
Oh, yeah, my guess is they're stationed there because they figured out how the heck did they get in here and get a hold of our leadership without even going through the place. Oh, there's this other way. And now they know the other way.
So
Especially because we weren't very sneaky in how we hid the other way on our departure.
well, we were kind of running on a shot clock. Well, they had decided to make our exit a little bit more aggressive.
And
So-
I'll remind you, we're on a shot clock now.
We are, unfortunately.
Limited. I mean, you don't have to rush, but you do have this alternate mission. There was no specific time limitation set for that.
Oh, the limitation is the people that just went inside are coming out with reinforcements. So we're going to
Oh.
bail here. Now is now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing that I needed in here is in the garden area. And if I go in here, sow these and leave, there's no guarantee.
If the Golden Circle has fully taken over, especially the garden, any trace of the Myconids are probably long gone.
At this point. Fuck. I'm glad I took samples and I was hoping I could get them back into their own ecosystem, but they fucked that up. Okay. I want to know what they are, but this is not the way or the time. I think we need to bail here.
I'm in favor.
Yeah, it's not just a hat rack, Elspeth. I think you're right.
Thea's going to use the prestidigitation spell and just dry herself off.
Oh, you are you?
No, you're
Roll
not.
percentage- roll
As soon as
percentage
she,
dice.
oh fuck,
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. There's not much of a mumble.
no, you're right. It's not.
Ooh,
What does a 9 get me?
trouble. That's what a 9
trouble.
gets you.
Fireball, centered on self.
Oh god.
Give me another percentage roll.
Oh,
Hit me with
28.
something. What's that?
28.
Oof. So, what level are you again?
10.
We're 10.
And
As you're standing there at the edge of this pool, you say, I need to be dry. Mumble, mumble, bleh, and magic goes weird, and something happens, and all of a sudden, all the ground under you just disappears. Who's standing closest to her? Dex save.
Damn.
All of us are pretty fucking close.
How small is this room and how big is the hole?
It was not big in the first place because this was close quarters. Everybody's making deck saves
It's a
here.
10-foot it's a 10-foot circle.
Yeah, 10-foot circle, and everybody gets +4 to their save because they're standing next to me.
Oh, good. So that's effectively a +7 for me.
Do you think do you think everyone's rolling, GM, or?
Let's have everyone make a dex save.
All right.
Yeah.
That is a 22 for me.
You
19
manage
for
to
me.
scramble away from the edge and fall onto solid ground.
Yay. Mumble, mumble. Oh, shit. Clear the havoc radius.
21.
You also manage to dive to the side, like, oh shit. What did Yato get?
19.
You managed to cling to the side as well. What did Thea get?
Okay.
Huh?
29. 29.
With,
And that's without Yadu's +4.
with an uncanny nimbleness, you go, what the hell? And dive to the side. What you see, though, is this hole plunges easily out of your sight.
Well,
You have just created a giant drain. And the pool that you had to swim through before is now draining down into that. So the water level is very rapidly going.
do you think they'll notice?
Yes.
yes.
Quickly. We should go.
Yeah, but they'll think we're down. They'll think we're down the shaft. Let's get out of here the other way.
Yeah. Yep, they're burrowing. It's a new technique. Actually, that's kind of brilliant in the worst ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Werebadgers.
Once again,
Who let the werebadgers in here?
so once again, your magic completely unhinged turns out to be a really lucky distraction.
As usual. It's very Thea.
We're living up to our name.
It's in
I
the
feel like we need to make
branding.
personalized magic failure lists where all of Thea's are just fucking wild.
That's fantastic. You just start. You can hear it gurgle on the other side. You hear to get that little like, oh look, somebody.
I
Fixed it.
So you dash back out the tunnel and back out to the entry where the greenery is. What do you do from there?
we can't be here anymore.
Yeah, I'll take points stealth. I'm headed out. And
Okay.
I got all my equipment back from Thea.
Okay.
Mhm.
As you get back out there, nobody's there.
Good.
Very easy. You all very quickly dash back over to the rope.
There are still the bodies are still warm, right?
Ish.
It's all it has
Yeah, we
been
did.
that
Well,
long.
there was a wall of fire, so they're probably pretty warm.
Yeah, they're a little toasty.
The ones immediately around us.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
just killed them. We spent
Okay,
maybe
cool.
5 minutes in the hole and we're back out.
Yeah, I don't even think we were there for that long. Yeah, I guess it's a little too long for healing word to bring them back up. And that's not necessarily practical. All right, fair enough.
Oh yeah, no, it's way too late.
And Thea already rifled the bodies?
No.
No, we were
Miraculously.
hurrying.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No. Before she can say anything, we gotta go.
Nope. Because I
Yeah.
actually did make note. Hold on.
There were notes.
There
Good
was
notes.
notes. So I know that one for a fact. I specifically wanted to go over by it would be on the left hand of the screen where the wall of fire was, the mercenary guy, the one who was clearly above the other ones and more of a concern. I wanted to rifle through his body
Okay.
or through not his body. I don't need to go through his organs. I'll leave them be.
How kind
His
of
person. I'll leave that to Azathan.
If
you. I needed this kidney stone.
Kidney stone of a lonely man.
That's clearly a spell component.
Listen, everything's a spell component if you're crazy enough.
Left testicle of an impotent cock. Hi, YouTube.
Wow.
We weren't getting monetized in the first place.
Sure. Hey, hit that like and subscribe.
Smash
we'll
that
turn you
like
to
And
and
the
spell
bell.
subscribe.
components.
Yeah.
Critical hit that like and subscribe.
Otherwise, your gallbladder will be turned into spell components.
And Thea once again will be an owner of a lonely heart.
Oh, we're all terrible people.
Sad thing is, we could probably make a decent list. That way we could mix it up.
Oh,
Oh, I can't wait to hear. So you back out, you back down the rope. You're headed back to the Terremoto district.
Yeah.
mhm.
What now?
Fuck.
You still have your contact person in Terremoto district if you are willing to attempt to go there.
Before we do, okay. We have the bard. Is he going to be of any use to us?
He
Right
had
now.
the ear of the mayor, but
I don't think he's in charge
yeah,
anymore.
pretty sure. Well, either that.
Mayor's,
Well, we don't know how it went. We just know the Golden Circle started authorizing passes basically for the soldiers to storm it under their banner.
yeah,
Um,
the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle decided they wanted to perform a coup, and I will remind you, we did in fact kill somebody related to their local army or local military while we were here the last time.
Yeah, it was a cease
So
and desist roll.
well,
this is
But
frustrating. Part of me wants to know what they've done, but there's no point in us kicking that hornet's nest.
I was going to say it has nothing to do with your current concerns around, the magic, the groves, etc. So I think we need to make it plan B and keep going with what do we need to know about the groves, the circles, and any contacts we need here in this area.
well, the reason I want to be here is because there are Golden Circle members here to see what is wrong with my aura.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can barely cast without stuff going particularly badly for me,
Mm-hmm.
And
outside of the normal problems.
I needed to get in contact with the Myconids because they were the ones that had information related to what had changed about the last grove that we were in. And this was the closest collective of Myconids that we'd found. But if the Golden Circle is here and they've uprooted everything, changed everything, I can't guarantee that any kind of new colony would take place or would actually take root here. And God's only knows what else they've done in that temple.
So,
It's almost as if they knew you were coming.
Almost, yeah.
Who in the world would have known you were going there?
You mean the Dark Elves? The
no.
Drow? The Crimson Circle would have known.
the temple place that gave us the next steps.
And so that would have been laying an ambush and setting a
Lupica.
trap for us.
From the Dreaming
Look at us be so much smarter. We just blow a hole in their plan, say hello, and then dash. We're just helpful, aren't we?
Well, and we made it harder to water the garden.
It's fine. The ones that are meant will live.
I'm pretty sure there's a drain the swamp joke in there somewhere.
So, Lupica told
Yeah.
you to go here.
Yeah.
I that seems
Strange.
immensely.
Well,
Does it?
Do you want to go and try the diplomatic route?
Actually, yes.
Okay, hold on. Before we go and do this, and I get ahead of myself and potentially send Elspeth to her death, does this sound like a monumentally stupid idea to anybody else?
Most definitely.
Okay,
All of our ideas are going to be stupid at this point.
you are correct. But there's a difference between risky and like unnecessarily risky and just patently stupid. We can do patently stupid if we have a backup plan.
Well, what I was
Backup
going to
plan is
say
Hmm. Elspeth.
is that if I just me try and find someone with a golden circle and say, "Hey, I have this weird problem. I think there's something wrong with my magical aura." Easily explicable. I know that I'm a mage. Um, there's only going to be a handful of responses they'll do. They will fix the problem, turn me away, or hold me to ransom.
Well, I can see a couple solutions that we have to that.
Yep.
Um,
Because if they have any intelligence, they'll know not to kill me.
if is a
You know,
if is a very big word
The
there.
Grove has a major presence all over the place, including Trokal, if I recall. Let's put it this way: we know there's a Grove in Trokal.
Oh yes, there is. But
Therefore, holding me to ransom is a casus belli for them to walk in.
or dissecting you to figure out what's wrong with you is another one.
Which is
Not if they want to
why
piss off a major political power.
which I think they are perfectly okay with doing. They are pulling strings to go to war with the Red Lady, amongst other things.
A taking over a smaller outer district of, I just blanked on what this place is called.
The Teramoto district.
Lithia.
Lithia
Lithia.
is
Outer
one
district of
thing.
Lithia.
Pissing off Trokal as a country is another.
Same for pissing off the Red Lady. But I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree with Iadu, how do you feel about going in a bottle?
How do I get out?
You
I
break the
will work you.
bottle.
Elspeth has to throw you at somebody.
Plan B is surprise
And then it's
paladin
gonna
in a
be-
bottle.
It'll be like those YouTube videos where the glass just like tickers down a stairwell and thus never breaks.
That's what I was worried about. If you got a way that you can assure I'm going to be able to get out, I'll get in.
Hey,
There's a
Hey,
timer
Thea,
on the spell. It will last so long.
there
Yeah,
is
and
a
then
timer,
when it-
but also you have it's a what's that fucking wizard spell?
Misty step.
No. It makes a lot of noise and it sounds like thunder.
Shatter.
That too. But that will break it, amongst other things. I'm trying to think of what the fucking spell is. I don't think Elspeth is so physically weak she can't break a glass bottle.
That's fine. Paladin in a bottle, I can deal with.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind maybe having you two nearby in case something goes horribly wrong.
Oh yeah, no. We wouldn't abandon you to your fates with the Golden Circle. If you don't recall, their introduction to they're totally reasonable people was stabbing an old man in the back.
Yes,
and
I'm
pushing him in a
aware. I
hole.
have not forgotten.
I'm glad. All right. So no, we're not so callous as to abandon you to your fates. We do still need you. We will come up with a plan B. We will give you a paladin a bottle for the immediate problem solving.
How long does the spell last, and are we sure it's going to take? Is the other problem.
Well, it's not a spell, it's a potion, right?
Yeah, let me double check with something.
Did you
Yeah.
use the potion? I don't remember.
This
I thought
sounds
we
like
had
an awful complex thing. Should we be doing this right now or should we be working on other tasks?
What other
The-
tasks other than leaving?
The next task is go to Thardell.
And
Yeah.
I need my problem solved.
Because
Don't
as
If
a
I'm going to
wizard,
be of any
the
use.
Leo person?
it might be worth that we workshop this on our way to talk with him to see if he's got anything. I think
Okay.
we would also be wise to not go through Bend or go through the Teramoto district directly. It's a
wants to-
hike.
Swing round.
I think so.
There's cliffs on the one end.
Yeah, we'll have to go through at some point.
Can we? Oh yeah, no, down here. Uh, this
The
seems like
gates are open.
they
Yeah.
are. They are open.
We can
Just
just
walk
walk
through.
in.
Yeah, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen?
They
You
shoot
had to
us.
say it.
Stop it! I see you, Eric.
I'm delighted.
You said the cursed words, not him.
Listen, I didn't say the actual Q word, so you know what? It'll be fine.
Everything is on fire. This is fine. This was exactly what we were thinking. This is fine.
All right. But I think we should walk, talk, workshop this on our way to Leo. Um, do you have message or sending, Elspeth?
No.
And Dundon has the other sending stone.
Yep.
What an interesting concept.
Hold on. Let me see what I can. If we weren't so worried about stealth, finally, a justifiable use of Skywrite for once.
Which is right, Leo, where are you? And wait.
Leo, stand by. Await us.
If he's in his usual spot, he's in the pub in the back corner without a window.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't
Great.
see it anyway.
Correct.
The Gray Hermit. That would be where you're. That'd be where you're
Yeah.
trying to head to.
Yeah. All right. Let's make our way to the Gray Hermit. See if we can talk with Leo. See if he has any kind of information about what's changed. Because we were gone for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Well, we were in the going
Few
through the.
days.
Yeah, we were gone for a while. So hopefully he can catch us up on what the fuck has been going on. Because we did, in fact, kill someone important to their local military the last time we were in that temple. So I'm sure that had no repercussions whatsoever.
Yes, but that was also the excuse for the Golden Circle to take over.
I mean, yeah, but
Who knows who they kill, who we
I
kill?
guess
How
that's
are
a
they to
plan.
know?
yeah. Let's talk with Leo, see if he knows anything. And I'm going to continue to figure out how I can get the paladin back in a bottle because I think I used that trick before. Yeah, no, I used that trick the last time we were here, and it scared the shit out of a bunch of guards.
Okay. Let's shifting gears. Here we go.
Hey, DM, all that stuff you just prepared for us to go through, and then we decided, nah, let's not do that. If you had a
Again?
nickel for that, you'd only have two nickels.
I think he'd have 3.
No, because the first time was the river into the mountain, and we just like, you know what? No, let's just go the opposite direction. 2 nickels. Weird that it's happened twice.
Not as bad as you think.
Oh no. Oh,
He was pointing us to Leo a couple times, so he clearly prepared for that possibility.
Oh, I've got so much more. It's okay. It didn't matter which way you went this time.
Oh, lovely.
So,
Oh.
you make your way through the Terremoto district, and you do notice A, less people in the streets, B, heavy military presence. Lots more soldiers, both Lithian and Golden Circle. They appear to be working together hand in hand.
Okay.
What that means, though,
The fascists
that-
are here.
what's that?
Nothing. Sorry, carry on.
What that means is things have a decidedly cautious feel to them. It almost feels like everyone's just waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So you managed to go through, not a problem, having conversations along the way, occasionally get a little side eye, but nothing extraordinary. You get all the way to the Gray Hermit and you head inside. You do notice that the Gray Hermit has both inside and outside a whole lot more folks are there, and a whole lot more of those folks are soldiers.
A
Wow.
distinctly military view, yes. I was
Yes.
noticing that.
So if you want to, if you can throw that one up on the screen.
Yes. Give me just one moment. All right.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's going to be no private conversations
Because there's
here.
a group here and a group here and one here,
And
couple
another set here.
here, and someone very specific character sprite there. So
Didn't we murder her before?
Nope,
no,
I could have sworn. You know what? Never mind.
no,
different person
that's yeah. We've not seen that one before. But the fact that it's distinctive is always a note.
with a very distinct circle.
I mean,
They're
yeah, they all
fucking.
have a sync circle
They're
on them.
fucking everywhere. They're killing the vibe.
You 100% get that from the bard endeavoring to do songs in the one alcove. You're just like the songs are like it's like totally just background music. There's no singing with it. It's sort of like humming at best. But you do find Leo in his customary spot.
Well, that's good. They haven't skinned him alive. I'm gonna
Um,
I'm gonna put my golden circle amulet the fuck away. Keep that shit hidden.
Just sit at his table. Hi, Leo.
oh dear.
How's the playwriting?
Oh dear.
Well, that's not very nice.
Shh. Keep your voice down. Leo is decidedly subdued. Like you before he was all about his aspirations and
Yeah,
all of his like I'm going to have this famous play and
yeah.
What
so
happened?
apparently you
Okay. Elaborate, please.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Things have become
Shit.
not the word I was going to use, but it fits. There was less oppression. There was less of this terrible feeling of waiting, this anticipation of something's going to happen. The anxiety is ridiculous.
That
I
wasn't
can't
us, though.
I can't write. I can't come up with anything. I can't get anything to put down. It just doesn't work.
We didn't report in. The Golden Circle moved on its own.
They've taken over.
That answers
Clearly.
my next question. I assume your friend is no longer the mayor.
Incorrect.
Really?
He is the mayor.
He's
Uh-huh.
the puppet, the public face.
In name,
Yes.
he runs nothing. Look at this place. There's no there's nothing interesting here. There's only danger.
That's the golden circle for you.
But that's not what they're supposed to be.
We'd
They're
had
known as
They
healers. They're known as judges, the
and
wise, to help the locals.
uh, there's a difference between what you're known for and what you are. And what they are has long since departed what they're known for. They still serve those roles, technically, but that's not what's at their core. And that's the problem. It's a blighted organization. I say that
I know what you're going
quietly.
through.
Leo has the answer. The blight. You, sir, are inspiration itself. Glorious. And he grabs some parchment and he starts scribbling down a thing. He goes, no, 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 no. And he scratches it out. I'll remember. That was brilliant.
I'm gonna look over at Elspeth. Kind of just and then look back at Leo.
Do you guys have a what's the
Insight?
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I do. That's one of the things I'm actually best at.
Give me one of those.
That is okay. It's actually not my best, but that's not bad. That is a 17.
It seems like he had this thought, this whatever this thing that he just expressed. Apparently that leads him someplace more uncomfortable. You can see as soon as he got that inspiration moment, he went, "Oh no." And he literally scratched it out on the page. So that leads you to believe that whatever it is that he has running through his mind isn't something that is a consumable in this sort of environment.
Would not want to be seen.
Right. So what sort of things would somebody in an artsy, undergroundy kind of thing be attached to?
More art.
Revolution.
Underground.
But he has, as soon as he scratched it out, he has stopped talking.
How thoroughly did he scratch it out? How well can I read it, having gone through many a book and ledger with corrections before final product?
All he wrote is what Azathan said. The blight.
Mm-hmm. So that becomes his rallying cry for the revolution. The analogy that he'll be able to use to prune away the dead.
You just found their marketing scheme.
Pretty much.
Hey,
God,
Tap it
Leo
out.
was a middle of her marketing manager.
okay. Okay, so
That's terrible.
nominally, the mayor is in charge. We all know that's not true.
Mm-hmm. He still owes us money, by the way.
We're not getting
Mhm.
that. We're not getting it.
That's fine. We'll take it out of.
Go knock on his door if you want.
No, I'm good. I'd like to try and keep the killing people to a minimum today.
If we
That's
wanted
Why?
to,
We always leave town on a murder spree.
Not always.
Thea, shut
but
up.
Yes, we do.
Thea,
Bunch of
shut
murder
up.
hobos.
Yeah, why do you think I was
didn't-
annoyed last session?
I mean, we call ourselves, it might be the unlucky bunch, but I mean,
Listen, violence is one part of diplomacy. It's usually the last part of diplomacy, but it is in fact a diplomatic
It's the
option.
moment diplomacy fails.
Not at all.
Anyway, as I was trying to say, Leo, if I wanted to talk to someone, a Golden Circle member, say close to the mayor's ear, shall we say, would you happen to know who that might be?
Why would you want to speak to them? This is a no, 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 no. This is asking for trouble.
Unfortunately, Trouble has already found me, but I need someone with some skill.
So then how about skill, but not anywhere near the mayor? So that might not be somebody at the center of all of this goose stepping and
Yeah, if you have a better idea,
dread.
yeah.
would Flame Drake and the Spire be able to tell you? I feel like they're probably more
No,
liable.
we can't. We can't
Did
deal
you
with
say that
that.
out loud?
No, please, God,
Thea,
no.
did you say that out loud?
Oh, Thea, most definitely.
Yep.
I
Well,
cover your mouth.
that guarantees we're gonna have to kill some people.
I cover your mouth.
Perception. I want to see if anybody noticed and reacted.
I'm with the Yadu on this one. That's something I am really fucking good at.
Roll
17.
Fuck. Yeah. That is plus proficiency. That is 22.
'em. So the two-handed drinker at the bar seems to have noticed when you do the whole nope, stop
Shut the fuck
talking.
up. Yeah.
But as you're looking at him, he is lit up. He is not a source of anything. He's starting to drool a little.
Okay,
He's the
fair enough.
source of the bread shortage.
I actually
You're
think that's
welcome.
part of the I think that's part of what Elspeth does is shut up, we don't talk about the bread problem.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's glorious. This guy is going to latch onto that. The bread shortage. Turns around. I need another one because we're going to run out of grain.
Now look who you've done,
Which
Thea.
draws a laugh from a bunch of other people.
Uh,
But when you do the perception, when you see that has got Leo's undivided attention. And he drops to like the quietest whisper with everybody laughing and gone back
Yeah.
to their business.
Yeah.
He's like, they don't exist.
I can't hear you, Eric.
They don't exist.
Leo says they don't exist.
No, of course they don't.
And now he just looks confused.
Good. Well, Leo, do you know of anybody who is smart enough to help us with the fact that magic is going very wrong for our friend here? Preferably somebody not at the middle of the ruling class right now that might be able to help us.
That is the last resort, but the only one I can currently think of. I don't know the local population.
Mm-hmm.
We have to leave separately.
Absolutely. You go about your way. You'll never see that we're following you. Tip your hat when you want us to stop and then keep going.
This
I'm
is
not.
distressing. You need an introduction.
A written one, perhaps? Something only you and this person would know?
No, no. No, no, no. Nothing written.
Okay.
No
I
evidence.
worry for your safety and I'm trying to keep you as far away as possible, but we appreciate any help you can give us. And by the way, you can back that up with a 26 on an intimidation roll.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
He knows we're scary. He already knew we were scary.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Meanwhile, Azathan's gone over to the kitten side of the force.
hell yeah.
Right, Timber?
Name, his name is Yeldy.
Okay.
He gives you like verbally explains this insane amount of directions.
Yep.
Elsbeth,
Okay.
you're like, uh-huh,
Yep.
uh-huh,
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
And he's like, really? Okay.
She winks.
Yikes. So I'm going to leave in about half an hour. If you want to go out in pairs or you want to go together as you came in, however you'd like to go, but scatter and meet back at that in that neighborhood, and I will get you to his place and I will do the introduction.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Yeah, and you see me reach into my pouch and I cover his bar tab. I leave 10 gold pieces.
Or thank me now. Scoops him up
Yep, good.
immediately.
He deserves them. He earned them. And as we're headed out, I lean over to Thea and say, let's make sure we get that before we leave here. I don't like to leave with uneven amounts on my person.
Fair
We have to
enough.
stop by the bank before we leave. I want to have 10 more gold pieces out of my share that's sitting in the bank.
Make it another trip.
Dude, I have spent the entire campaign with the exact same amount of money. Okay? It's a thing. I don't like any more. I don't like any less.
Okay.
You know what? I respect it. It's a little neurotic, but you know what? I respect it.
Thea!
Think about who you're
He's-
talking to. This character is vaguely neurotic all the time, just in a
Thea.
militant way.
Something's
And he
just
wants to see his
occurred to me.
girlfriend.
Balance.
Something has just occurred to me that we absolutely need to do.
We need to what?
We're going shopping. Grab her and start pulling her away from the other two
Okay.
to separate in pairs, like suggested.
Makes sense.
Shopping.
All
Oh,
right.
hold on. I was trying to move it via not my screen.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm not the only one who does that. But we can leave the map as it is. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because where you're going, there is no map.
Okay.
Theater of the mind.
Uh-oh.
I just immediately dragged
You
me
know
off
how
the roll
well
time.
my mind's been going so far.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an Escher painting.
Look, as long as it's not what is the one with the melting clocks?
No.
Dolly. Hello,
Little Dolly for everyone.
Yeah.
All right, Salvador.
Okay. You head out, you head your different directions, you figure out as you're going how to work your way back around. What happens is you end up going back into the Terremoto district, but off these little sort of side path kind of direction alleys. You reach a point where it's not exactly run down, but it's not exactly it's decidedly not upscale. It's one of
Cool.
those places like you look at it and you go, that looks kind of dirty
Seen better
Yeah.
days.
and a little bit saggy,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being honest.
Oh, like me.
If you're dirty and saggy, we can keep that off to the side.
We're already demonetized enough. Yeah.
That's
No
okay.
one
My
will
backup
ever-
character is very horny, so
nobody will ever back us. It's fine. Eventually, you see the most inconspicuous stroll from Leo. Like he's doing that. Don't be suspicious.
Suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's 100%. He is so bad at this.
Oh, Nox bless us all.
Eventually, he strolls up. He's like, "It's amazing that you found your way here. This is fantastic. I'll go and do the knock. Hold on." So he heads over to this particularly rundown establishment. He does this weird little knock. And then he stops. And then he does this weird little knock. And he goes, "Come on, that's the knock." And then he does it again. And finally the door opens. And you see somebody standing there going, "You're a fool. Get in here." As he goes to step in, he turns and he kind of beckons you all. "Come on, come on, come on, come on."
Well,
Yep.
I'll walk over.
Give me a quick perception.
Perception.
9.
10.
Awesome.
I got a 25.
That's a nat 20 for a 32 in total.
Woo! I know why you two snap to attention. The first thing you notice, this person who's opened the door is an elf. Full elf and old.
But not.
Older than you.
But
You can
not.
tell.
But not subterranean.
Exactly.
Not one of the
He
ones we've
didn't
bet
join
so
the
far.
cause.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's also
Fucking useful.
the source of the grunginess. And you're pretty sure he's the source of the weird smell.
Ah, it's Pigpen.
Mm.
Oh, damn it. I get it, but like also.
Says the person who plays in shit and grows mushrooms.
Listen. It's
Well, yeah.
corpses.
And if it bothers him, we should be concerned.
But you two in particular, Azathan and Thea, get his attention. And he sort of cocks his head and he's like, get in, get in, get in.
We enter.
Once you're all in, he closes the door, drops a bar behind the door, and latches it. He brings you in to what ostensibly should be a sitting room. It looks like an episode of Hoarders. And he sort of starts to push things out of the way. He's like, here, you can sit here. And he sort of clears off a couple of seats.
I'm not going to move.
Hey, you two are the ones that should move. This is your thing.
You're looking around going,
I'll take a seat.
Oh, no, I kind of push Elspeth towards wherever there's a seat.
This is like what I imagined.
Hepatitis Q. They don't even have it, but I'm going to get it. Whoa!
Yeah.
They managed to make this entire house into a 6 stone.
Well,
Yeah.
if
it's awful.
Thea, if magic weren't so fucky, I'd say you could clean the place up a bit, but
Well, I mean, it didn't work too bad for us last time. Want to try it again?
No.
Are you feeling lucky?
No.
You could try your luck.
No.
not in a room with this much debris.
See, it's gonna bring out my dice. I got my dice. It didn't steer me wrong yet.
Truly, truly a worshiper. One of the faithful.
Oh God.
Goddess of luck. There it is. Okay. Leo, who perches ish. It's a very odd cat-like maneuver that he sort of is on the edge of something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Yeldy, these people, I think, can help our cause. They inspired me. I have a name. Yeldy gives him this look, like this is just this dead eye look of like, you have no idea how to keep a secret organization secret, do you?
In his defense, the only one who's mentioned a secret organization thus far is you.
He turns his head, he goes, as if you haven't figured it out.
We've
Well,
been
we didn't
dealing
say
with
we're
secret
stupid.
organizations and cults for the past few months. We assume all of them are either one of those two things at this point.
Only difference is you seem like the good guys.
And also, you're not hiding in a cave underground.
Of course, where you're hiding is not much better.
Yeah.
Do a perception when you say that.
Yeah, I'm doing one as well because that was where I was headed next. And that
Uh,
should be insight, wouldn't it?
Perception.
Yeah, insight. There you go.
All right.
18.
18.
23.
You hit a nerve with that one. Why would you bring them up?
Because we just had to deal with them, and you are an outlier.
You found them?
We
You
did.
spoke with them.
We were invited to help them.
He takes his spectacles off. He's like, really? Tell me more. Give me as many details as you can.
Hold on.
Secrets are not free.
Before we do that,
Ah,
this one
there's the leader.
needs help.
He's locked onto you now.
I was
Thea.
about to suggest an exchange too,
Well, she got there
but
first.
she's
so-
always been fast on the draw.
Yeah.
Information for information. You came to me for a reason. What do you need?
Hey,
Her magic is especially fucked up. All of our magic is fucked up.
Debatable. It's lucky.
For you, you haven't killed all the plants around you twice by proxy so far.
You do that anyways.
No, I don't.
Hmm. Even trade. Secrets for secrets.
Sure.
Not talking to you.
As he points at
Okay.
Thea.
Definitely. He's pointing right at Thea.
yeah, sorry, hard to tell with the Zoom call.
Sorry.
That's why I saved you the trouble.
Definitely. He's zeroed in on you. He's like, you're in charge. I know you're in charge. You're the one that's taking care of the money.
Hmm.
We could do
I
it
like
for
to-
money, but I don't want money. I want your information. I can give you information too. I have plenty of research. He sort of waves an arm behind him. Some of those things look vaguely like books, or they used to be books. You're not sure.
Well, colleagues here have some questions. We will find fair payment for answers received.
What's the first need? Magic, wizard, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me, if I may. And he sort of holds his head like this for a second and then turns back to look at you. Oof.
Yeah, you see my problem.
What has befallen of those who went underground? What has happened to them?
They started worshiping women, and I'm pretty sure most of them have gone crazy.
But they're also trying to maintain the weave in their own way.
Allegedly.
So it's true. The Weavers. Perhaps they've had more success than I thought.
Once we were down there, they had some decent success. Then we left.
Ah, you are catalysts. You bring the friction.
That's probably the nicest way that's ever been said to us.
Well,
It's also completely true. I don't
but
think anywhere we've been has been normal.
I mean,
I believe,
no.
but I believe blood is a lubricant, so we take care of the friction once we create it with a little blood.
Fair enough. Lady Wizard, you are stuck with an item. And there are two things that will break that. One, yes, It's a ceremony from the Golden Circle. Because what you have is a direct connective piece from the Crimson Crescent. What item was it? Do you know?
I hold up the book.
Set the book down. Keep it in your possession. I won't take it. Set the book down. Flip to the very back.
Okay.
The end paper. Can you feel it? Run your hand over the end paper.
I do so.
There is a bump. A weird rectangular bump behind the end paper.
The end page or the back cover?
The cover and like they glue that paper over the hard part of
Okay. Well,
behind
fuck.
that paper. You feel a weird rectangular bump. Approximately the size of a playing card.
Huh.
That's your problem. It's not the book. Book is meaningless. The card. The card is what it is. So yes, the Golden Circle has a ceremony. They could take that away. They could break that. They won't. They'll just kill you. It's a much shorter and easier and less expensive answer.
Not very profitable.
No, no, but they don't seem to think in those terms frequently. Speaking of profit, how did the Weavers, how did they seem? Were they doing well? Were they...
No.
Disorganized, factional.
You know what happens when elves get together.
Thus I am here.
I'm not
Factional does
amongst
not
them.
surprise me at all.
Mhm.
Surviving surprises me. But not thriving, you say?
They had a small city. It was mostly destroyed by the time that we left. Not our
That's a
did
fault.
not
genuine
go
laugh
well.
from him. Mostly destroyed by the time you left, and he immediately, you can tell, he immediately credited you with
All of it. Yep.
We didn't destroy the city.
No, of course not. You never would. Now,
We're we're catalysts. We're not that bad yet.
We killed a lot of the not yet. A lot of the Crimson Crescent, but not the Weavers. I actually had to go to them for information and help before they decided that men were lessers. Related, there was a large statue of I forget.
yes. Interesting. I would have thought that would have passed.
What would have
He
passed?
starts rummaging around. Let me find my notes.
They're under the TV guide and the dinners. Look
That
beneath the pizza boxes.
one, no.
It's on display in the bottom of a locked filing cabinet, stuck in a disused lavatory with a sign on the door saying, "Beware of the leopard."
Excellent reference. Thank you.
Yeah, bonus points for anyone watching if you know what that reference was.
My wedding vows.
A little less niche.
But
there we go. There you so your thing was Dagu's personal journal.
mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to track down because I did write it down.
About the statue.
Yeah, because it was sort of it was one of those that it potentially could have been a big deal.
Yeah.
Or it could have been.
Well, while you're looking that up, someone hand me a dagger. I want to get this thing out of the book.
I will.
Yeah, well, um,
It might be a good idea to use a mundane item.
I agree.
So I'm just gonna give Elspeth a totally fucking mundane knife.
oh,
To
I
cut
do. No, I have the silver one still somewhere in the bag.
totally mundane
Okay.
knife.
So
Just carefully.
as you trim it out,
Yeah.
you realize that he is absolutely correct, that you really don't care about the book. It is the card. The card is the key.
It's a key card.
Which I had
Does it
here.
does it have something specific on it, or is
It
it just
does. So as he rummages around, he does find in his notes. Oh, yes, here we are. Um, the statue in question that you were talking about was actually the founder, the first of the Weavers.
Mhm.
wasn't that
And
statue destroyed?
It was partially. It was toppled over.
interesting, the
There was a
statue is of Kasula Persatra, the founder of the Weavers. She
Hmm.
was a wizard. She was a poet. She was amazing and very
and
persuasive.
and very dead, I assume.
Well, that's debatable.
Of course it is.
We think she found a way out. But back to your problems. You see on this little card that you pull out, essentially, it almost looks like a caricature of what somebody might think of as a druid,
Hmm.
Mhm.
sort of standing there with the long, curly wooden stick
Yeah.
and just a circle of dead animals around him.
Charming.
And the plants look dead in a circle.
Ugh.
And as you're looking at it, you're like, huh, about that.
Kind
So
of vaguely resembles
Yeldy,
what Adzadet has done a couple times recently.
so
Mhm.
Yeldy says that is a core piece from the Crimson Crescent. It makes you a foe of the wild. It makes you opposed to the earth itself.
I
So
don't
if
think stilts are gonna help with gonna look good with me though.
now you're getting it, now you're getting it. They are at disadvantage if they are touching the ground. And you have advantage
All grounded.
while grounded.
Yes, that's what tipped me off something was wrong. My grounding was interfering.
So you may you may be able to cure this without the golden circle.
Okay.
Ish. Two things. One, I have heard that it's possible to break the hold of this magic by coating yourself with a thin layer of mud created from the mystic waters of the waterfall that never reaches the pool at its base.
We just
Okay,
created one of those, didn't we?
No.
technically.
I mean,
Now, the other option is pure speculation on my part. But I have heard a rumor that there is a splinter group, one who is specifically hurt and spurned by the Golden Circle, and she and her powerful group, who are all disillusioned, the leaders of this group are working hard against the Crimson Crescent as well, much like yourselves.
Druids?
Only one. She is the one in charge.
It might be your Crimson Lady there, Yadu.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
Don't go there.
Doesn't
Nope.
fit like the description.
No offense,
Oh.
sir. No. Do not take that to her. Bad plan.
I was hoping to
However-
be rid of this before I got anywhere near her, so.
However, good plan. Good idea. Bad idea. Um, good idea. Be rid of that before you go to her. The interesting thing is, I believe I know who this leader is. I believe her name is Abiona.
Abiona.
Elsbeth, give me a history, whatever it is.
History.
There you go.
You said she's a druid, right?
Yes.
I'm going to
12.
join in on that.
What's that?
I'm going
12.
to join in on that.
Something is tickling your brain about this.
Yeah.
But you're just kind of like, wait.
25.
You seem to recall that there was a powerful druid named Abiona who was also connected to the ruling family in Azinth. If you mention that, that'll kick it in for Elsbeth.
I will, because I would pick that from the druid side of things.
That is straight up one of the messiest things that turned you off to that family.
Yeah.
Because it's all this weird interwoven relationship stuff.
Uh-huh.
Abiona was essentially what amounted to a princess, and she bailed. She 100% took off. She's like, nope, and renounced her position in Azinth and went to join the Golden Circle.
Didn't the twins mention something like that?
Yep. Their sister-ish.
Oh, yes. Abiona.
But now you're hearing disillusioned with the circle, not necessarily working against them, but definitely not working with them. And
Might be useful.
might be able to assist you. High enough, powerful enough, knowledgeable enough, might be able to help you. It's that or the mud.
Well, unless you know where the mud is.
You can go outside and find some mud.
No, it must be that mud. And you can find it. He basically points west. He's like, gotta go to the spine for that. There's a river.
Yeah, I don't want to travel across the plains if this soon.
That's where it is.
You know,
a place called Rockville.
we have to go across the country anyways to go to
Yes,
don't we?
yes, we know of Rockvale.
Okay, so it's north of there.
you know exactly where that is.
Is this the hot spring?
Bet you.
It's not the hot spring itself. However, it is in that area.
It's hot spring adjacent.
Oh,
Oh.
for fuck's sake.
Hey, DM, let's go the whole way back there.
Remember that river trip you didn't take?
Yeah.
Yep.
Irony. Thou
Ah,
art a heartless bitch.
that's amazing. I love that.
You actually you seem to have really made a connection. You could sit with Yeldy. He's giving you this information. He's dragging anything he can out of you about the Weavers, the fights, the battles. He will, in fact, um, go through any of that sort of information. But those were the key points that he had for you.
Mhm.
Were there any other things that you needed in particular, or other information, things that you wanted to try to work out? Because it turns out he is old enough to have remembered he should have been one of the Weavers, but he is definitely split off from that a long time ago. He is super knowledgeable.
Why'd you leave?
I disagreed with their philosophy.
On what
Do you have a
basis?
pet spider?
No, no, I disagree with being underground. It's going to change them
It has
for the
changed
better.
them.
It will only get worse.
Any ideas on stopping it?
Now, no.
No. Too far gone, I'd imagine.
200 years ago, maybe.
I wasn't even alive 200 years ago.
I know.
Do you have any idea where I might be able to find Abiona?
Well, she is in a position similar to you in that you are somewhat itinerant. That's the word I'm looking for? Yes. You move
Yes.
from place to place. So does she and her group. Come to think of it, there were others in her group. It's distressing now that I try to put it together. They're all, well, no. Are they all? Not all. There were 4 or 5 of them in various times, her little band of people. At least 3 of them from ruling families or former ruling families. One of them might be familiar to you, although I'm not sure. It depends on how long you've been around, pointing at Yadu. There's one from the Wayfar Inland tribe. I'm not sure how that translates. Um, Something of a ruler or ruler's daughter who rejected the tribe or something.
Okay.
A sibling of yours?
No, that's not Yadu's tribe.
Different tribe. Okay.
I don't know if you would have if you would have any dealings with the other tribes or not.
I'm aware of the other tribes. I can definitely, mention a few of them, see if that rings a bell.
Oh no, but the name of it doesn't translate well. It's one of those orcish words. It
Oh, the
means
Wayfar Inland tribe. Yes.
yes,
Okay. I'm now familiar. Yes.
yeah.
No, I literally had to find it in my notes. Okay. I've got it and I'm highlighting it so that I don't lose it again.
So yeah, so you were passing familiar, but that particular they have they have a bunch of weird things that they do. You could understand bailing out on some of the weirdness there. They basically fight for um, procreation. Let's say that
It
strongest
does
survive.
it does
Strong.
make for a strong tribe.
Oh yes, it does.
We do something similar, just not as deadly.
They are known to be absolutely ferocious fighters, and some of them are a little unhinged. They may, in fact, go berserk from time to time.
Even we think so.
Exactly. Like,
Mhm.
and you all are kind of a little bit horrified. You're like, wait, Yadu thinks they're over the top? Ooh.
Yeah, right. I've
Yadu,
seen
wait,
Yadu.
Yadu, whose favorite pastime is kicking open doors to scare cultists for funsies,
Uh,
killing the
don't.
first.
Yes,
and
killing the
questioning
first
the
in
second.
order to question the second. And I think they're a bit excessive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine
anything-
applying my principles to the term double date.
No, I'd rather not. That's deeply horrifying. But okay, fair enough.
There's a reason we don't breed into their tribe. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, welcome to orc mate. Oh god, that is orc mate horrors well within our comprehension. Yes.
If is there any way to get Abion's attention, a way to send a message?
Let me work on that. Do you know where you'll be?
I sort of flick toward Iyadu.
I can definitely point you to somebody who will be able to find us as we head towards Thardell.
Ah, heading home.
For the moment.
Always an excellent plan if you can. Some of us don't have the option.
I hadn't been allowed until recently, but I reacquired my entrance papers. And I look at everybody else in the group.
Excellent.
Pay no attention to the head in the bag.
Not my bag.
That was sent off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gone. I'm not
That-
carrying that anymore.
That's probably wise, given we don't need any other reasons for the
Yeah, but in
fascists
here
to
I might
stop
actually.
us.
Yeah, but in here I might actually be putting my head in the bag to make it smell better.
Yeah.
So, Yeldy actually offers. He's like, I had snacks here somewhere.
We're
I think
okay.
we're okay. But Yeldy, I will say that and I give him the address of the trading company in Bend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And say, get a message to them, and I will leave my route with them so that you don't have to know it, because I'd hate for you to be interrogated to try to find us.
Yes, the Eltis.
You want to keep a level of distance right now.
Excellent. Good point. And at that point, you all realize that Leo has been sitting there with saucer-sized eyes the whole time, and he goes, they inspired me. You see why they inspired me? Yeldy just gives him this side eye, like, what? He goes, our resistance will be called the Blight.
Hold on. I wouldn't. If you're going for optimistic resistance, perhaps that's not the way. You know what? You know what, Leo?
I believe in you, Leo.
You.
That's a
Nope.
great name.
I actually look at Leo and
Keep going.
I say, Leo, when you're dealing with disease, wouldn't it be better to be the gardeners tending a growing garden rather than the blight that destroys? You have to cut away things, dead pieces, in order to make the plant grow. I think people would want to join the gardeners. I think people are worried about the blight.
Cultivators. There are so many options.
I'll have to work on it.
The
Workshop
tenders.
Please workshop it.
My business blight.
He looks completely crestfallen. He was
Yes!
so happy. He had his moment, and you went, no.
Speaking of marketing, no.
Yes. Come join our group. We're called the Sister Fuckers.
Cannot imagine why he's not a great playwright that's well renowned. Word choice.
Leah. I'm sure that there is someone somewhere that adores your ideas. They're just not in this room.
Or this plane of existence.
They fucking may as well be.
Rough. That's rough, buddy.
Out of character, I could send him to that plane of existence.
No, none of us can.
I can.
That's the problem. None of us can.
Okay. You guys spend a little more time chit chatting, but eventually your eyes start to water, like something in here is getting to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's been getting to
So,
me for a while.
um, you do the whole, keep in touch, get all the routing thing figured out, and Leo's like, I'm gonna stay. I have some more stuff to talk about. Um, so
Cool. That
he
gives us an excuse to leave.
right. So you guys can head out. I presume you are going to head back to your place, gather your stuff, get ready to
Yeah,
go.
I did
Yeah.
have one last question
Sure.
for
Oh, sure.
which is there a temporary workaround, or am I going to have to find a pair of stilts? I'm not grounded currently, but I am touching the ground.
Get some platform boots.
He actually, uh, Yeldy actually sort of shakes his head. He's like, "Yep, get some really tall shoes. It'll help."
Okay.
You'll get to see the world from a new perspective.
Taller.
Yeah,
Exactly.
12-inch stripper heels.
I'm sure we know a place you can get those.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Everything.
Dex check every time you try to move 10 feet.
You got to work on that.
Yeah,
Running in
I'm
heels.
not playing the horny character who could maybe pull that off.
So DM, I will actually, what everybody else heads back, I need to go to the mercantile company and begin to arrange how we're
Right.
going to be contacted. So I'll take care of that independently.
Go
And
to the
just
bank
make
too.
that's the next place I was headed. So I got two places I got to go. I don't think they're worthy of role play because I'm sure my girlfriend is going to be there, not there.
There's always a chance.
Oh yeah, there always is. I know.
But
Did anyone else need money out of the bank?
nope, I've got my traveling cash on me.
So yeah, just take 20 out of or take 10 out of mine.
The
10 out of
only
yours?
thing that I want to do before we leave is go and put away my lab and actually bring that fucker with me.
Okay. You get a portable section, basically. There's a bunch of stuff that doesn't travel.
No.
You have looted a couple of different workshops at this point. There's a lot of it that doesn't travel, but you can put together a small traveling kit for sure.
Yes. Excellent.
And while I'm at the merchant caravan, I'm going to ask him for a nice oversized uh cart for long travel. I don't need to take it with me, but if he could procure it through the business so that it isn't connected to us and four sturdy horses to draw it.
You're gonna go not walking, huh?
And not only that, the bigger the horses, the better, because I want these horses to be able to walk slow all day long. I don't need fast. I need strong.
Okay.
You should also ask if there's any news of like the caravan routes or any issues and struggles and all that general news.
I'll pass that along. That makes sense. Yeah. So,
Altus
and
Hook Hill Caravan Company,
yep.
Mhm.
of which we are deeply invested because we've saved both their lives.
Hence why we're using them as a tax dodge.
Correct.
Appreciation
We
at its finest.
we leased this back from the company we sold it to, so it comes under the monthly current budget and not the capital account. Remember, hire the handicap, but don't let them take your rectal temperature.
Ooh. So I think that puts us at a good spot for tonight,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's all about timing.
Yeah.
Here we go.